Hi, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Surviving Your 20s podcast,
where our goal is to teach you how to survive, thrive, and live your best life in your 20s and beyond. My name is Shar.
I'm Makeda.
And we're excited to have you on today.
Yes, happy to be here today on this Good Friday.
Good Friday, ready to get it on and popping. I got some good news for y'all. Real quick, I walked.
Yes, Charlene walked. Let me tell y'all, I came through the door.
Yes.
Because Charlene's usually here first. Well, always here first. I came through the door.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't even, I don't know. I didn't connect the dots. I'm like, all right, let me come. Hi, hug.
Uh-huh.
And then she was like, notice anything? And I'm like, what? I didn't.
It took you mad long.
It did. It took me a minute. But you know what? You looked cute. So, I was taken aback by, the level of cuteness today.
Okay.
And then Charlene's like, I walked. I'm like, yo, why didn't I realize? She literally walked over to me because she's usually sitting at this desk. Mm-hmm. But she really walked over to me today.
No crutches.
Okay. Just her good leg and her booted leg.
Yes.
But I didn't even realize. Yo, when I tell y'all I was smiling for a good 5 minutes straight, I was so
time
happy.
To turn up, y'all. I'm back outside. Well, not yet.
And what month is it?
March.
It's March.
But I thought I was going to be full by March, but I'll take it. Take it. And I'm excited. I'm going to start there. I'm blessed.
Yes.
We're blessed in the city. Come on.
I don't know that song, but okay.
Don't worry. Hey, rock, sway.
I told y'all I don't be in church like I should.
Don't worry. We're going to get you hip real quick.
Okay.
Yes. You can tell me how was your week, if you had any highs. Since we're on a high right now.
Yeah, we're going to keep it positive for our intro this week. So my high, I got my laptop fixed.
Woo!
I got to go pick it up.
What was the issue?
The issue, y'all know, when y'all drop your phone and it be having the rainbow lines.
Yes.
I had rainbow lines on my laptop screen, so I had to take it in last week to get fixed. They did not quote me a price up front, but they sent me the text hey, your laptop is ready for pickup.
How much was it?
So they still didn't tell me the price, so I'm gonna have a little surprise when I go in.
All right, guys, let's cover her in prayer right now and hope that they give her the wrong receipt.
I have Apple Care, but it could range anywhere from $100 to $300-ish. So let's just pray it's on the $100 side.
Yes, because we need you to get your laptop.
Yeah, what they gonna do? Hold it? You think they hold it if you don't pay?
I mean, girl, they did the service,
but it's my laptop. That's literally my property.
But they gonna have to break it and give it back to you.
Nah, I really want to know what happens if you don't pay them.
What happens if you don't pay?
Because it's not
all right, you go and find out and then tell everybody so they know what they could do.
So I'm gonna pretend I don't got the money and be like, so y'all giving me my laptop back?
Yeah,
we do installment plans.
Yeah,
what y'all do?
What is Apple Care even for?
If you gotta pay anything, right?
Okay, right. So, but look, and your school gave you a new laptop, so you have to bring your laptop.
Yeah, but I want mine back. Mine.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I was thinking is you think they be going through your messages and your pictures and stuff?
I do. That's why I haven't got the laptop that broke. I haven't gotten fixed yet because I just feel first of all, I don't even know what's on that laptop. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all.
You got some explicit.
I got a lot
some explicit stuff on there.
Sure do.
You can't have the geeks at Apple.
I can't have them going through my stuff.
Okay.
So I'm I wouldn't. They do be going through your messages oh wow, look, so and so text her today. Following.
Yo, that's crazy. Imagine they just watching your conversations
watching your conversation.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, you know what I think maybe when you come in they kind of check you out They seem interesting.
Yeah,
we're going through their stuff.
Let's dive in. I know I would dive.
I would too. Let me stop.
We
never know who's watching and who wants to give us a brand deal or something.
Yeah, they be like, oh, these nosy girls cannot be trusted.
Unprofessional.
We lied.
Just a joke.
We're very professional. The good news is you got it fixed.
It's fixed.
It is fixed and you're good to go.
Well, not good to go. I got to get it. But it's fixed.
And they found the issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's a high of the week. We
that's
not even
my
gonna,
high.
we ain't even gonna go to lows.
We're not
unless
gonna do
you
lows.
had a very major low.
Nah, we don't gotta do lows this week.
All right, I don't got no lows this week at all. It was a great week. I've been doing a devotional called The Overflow.
Okay.
And I believe that, you know, in this season, I said I wanted to be a woman of prayer. So I decided to do a devotional called The Overflow. And I believe God is going to do something for me.
All right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's a good news. I'm going to put the Overflow link devotional in the description box.
Yeah, in case anybody wants to check that out.
21 days of the Overflow. I'll check back in 21 days, see if I have something going on. Okay. And I'll let them know.
What day you on?
I'm on day 5.
16 more days to go.
Okay, yeah. Then we see why you're not a math teacher. Okay, so we have this segment called 20s Gone Wild.
20s Gone Wild.
And there's some crazy things that happen on these here internets and internet spheres. So we're going to dissect some good up tea that we found on the internet about
people wilding in their 20s. This ain't even... These are just people getting their stories put on the internet. This is real life. This is real life. Even though it's so crazy, it just seems like it just lives in the internet space. These people really out here wilding out like this.
And there are more people like that.
Yeah.
Whoever we like talk about, I'm sure there's like duplicates of them.
We know somebody like this. Okay. Or know someone who knows someone like this. Like the one we're going to talk about today, like we all... Go ahead. We all know someone like this for real.
Yes. Like, all right. Okay. So do you want me to take it away?
You can take it away.
All right. So 20s. I don't know how old this man is, but
he looked like maybe late 20s,
late
early
20s,
30s.
or he could be 30s.
Yeah.
But this man said he has 7 baby mamas and 7 kids, and he usually tells the people that he sleeps with to get an abortion, but he said he don't pull out because he didn't want to, and he's not the one that has to carry the child, so it's not his responsibility to take care of the child, because these women are spinning a block and they're like, yo, this is your baby, you need to support the child. But he's saying, I can't be there mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, because I told you not to have this baby.
Okay.
And he said we was both being irresponsible, meaning him and the 7 women that he laid down with. So like, how do you feel about this? Like, what's going on?
So let's get into like the key parts here.
Okay.
So homeboy said that him and the women have mutually agreed to not wear no condom, use no type of protection.
Okay.
So mutual decision. See, so like it's red flag right there, because sir, what did you think? So y'all mutually decided to not use nothing.
Yes.
Son also said he ain't pull out because he don't feel like pulling out.
Right.
Also, that's a little like, I'm gonna say dangerous for lack of
risky,
a better word. Like
irresponsible.
More than just irresponsible. I feel like it's like harmful,
risky,
because he's literally saying, I know I don't gotta carry the baby.
Yes.
So I don't even care to pull out. So it's like, no, I don't want no baby, but I also don't care if you get pregnant, because it's not me. It's you. Like, it's just blatant, like, inconsideration.
Okay.
No care. No guilt. No conscience. No nothing. Like,
no integrity.
No morale. Nothing.
Yes. And it kind of brings me back as we bring up integrity. Like, you know that you have these children out in the world, and you are just continuously making this decision to sleep with multiple women and be irresponsible. I could say if it was like a one and done.
It happens.
You know it happens.
You might be young.
Yeah.
But
and a lot of men do run from responsibility, but that's not the point. 7 times, my man, you're wilding. I don't care what nobody say. And you might be like, oh, the women, no, he is walking around child free. So you might get caught up with a dude like this. Whole time he have 10 kids, 20 kids, 30 kids out there, and not claiming one of them.
None of them.
Okay.
Not going to no plans.
Ooh, this is a bad way.
That's crazy. Do you think he's the kind of dude, like, if you meet him casually, Or even like in real life, you think he's the kind of dude who's like, I have 7 kids, or you think he's
I don't
just
think
like,
he ain't gonna say nothing.
He's not even acknowledging them. He's like, nah, I don't got no kids.
I don't got no kids. Because
Okay.
I don't think he gonna say it, because you got to think about it. If this man is laying down with these women, he's giving them a narrative. Because I don't know about you, but I would not deal with no person that's out here blatantly saying, oh, I'm irresponsible. You see how he's talking on the live or like talking on the internet? I don't think he approaches women like that. He obviously has to put up a front that he's responsible. But then again, some of these women love a little risk. Okay,
like a little adventure sometimes.
Yeah. So, and they want to be the ones to be like, yeah, I'm dealing with a dude, he a little risky and it's a fun time. And so women get caught up in this as well in our 20s, because I mean, you sometimes you just get caught up.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think in this case, both people need to be held accountable.
Okay.
Like him, because we already said, like, ain't no integrity, no morale, no nothing there. Like, he straight up don't care. He's
shooting up the club.
Yeah.
He don't care.
Like, shamelessly, he's like, I'm not the one that's gonna be pregnant, so that's your problem. But then the women too. Homeboy said that he was providing abortion money and money for Plan Bs. It didn't even have to get to the abortion. You could have took the $40 Plan B.
The Plan B, not even the Plan B. They got a alternate version
for like
I used to work at CVS. I know. The girls used to be coming in for them.
I mean, they work just the same.
Okay,
so I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if they work I don't know.
You like, I don't know.
I don't know. Me personally, if I had to pop a Plan B, I'm going the Plan B route.
Pop that Plan B.
I'm gonna get the name brand.
But also, Plan B is not a form of contraception.
It's not, and I think people gotta realize
they
that
gotta get it together. Like, you can't just be taking Plan Bs because your hormonal balance is gonna be off. You know what I mean? You're gonna be out here.
Cycle be thrown off
because it's a forced period. So I mean, at this point, we just gotta be responsible as adults, especially in your 20s. You can't be out here just laying down with everybody and everything. And I'm not trying to be shameful or tell people what to do with their life, because granted, you could do what you want, but how far has this gotten you? Because now you can end up with a dude like that.
Yeah. And my thing is, why do you even want to have a baby with someone like that? I know some women are like, I'm having the baby for me, but it's like, and I respect that too, like the women who are like, no, this is my baby, I'm doing this because I want to. But I feel like when you make that choice, you can't now spin the block and be like,
I agree with you.
Support me and support your child. Sorry. Girl, no. You said you was going that this is my baby, my life, my body.
And that's your portion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it. Like, you can't spin the block on your decision. If you dealing with a man like this, so I'm not saying he's right, but I understand what he's saying. Like, I didn't want the kid. You had the kid. Yeah. Now this is your problem.
Yeah.
But also for him, which is something that we discussed off camera, if you have the women know your first name and last name and they put you in a birth certificate, that is your baby.
Now that's whatever
and
comes
the courts
with
can
that.
Do what they want to do. So you want to be irresponsible, it comes with consequences. So yeah,
on both sides,
sir, you're gone wild, and I'm gonna need you to reel it back in. Okay. Yeah. And ladies,
be wary of men like that. Okay. It reminds me of like the Blueface and Krishan thing right now. Have you been seeing that?
Listen, I don't keep up with them.
I don't keep up with them either.
I don't like to see that stuff on my...
I don't either. But long story short, homegirl is pregnant and she says it's his baby, and he is like harassing her every day, get an abortion. And she's like, no.
She want that baby.
She wants to have the baby. So now everybody's like, girl, just get the abortion. Like, you don't know what you're doing to yourself right now. Like, he don't want the baby, get the abortion. And
I just feel like their whole situation is too toxic to even to dissect. You know what I mean?
It is. But it just reminds me of this. Like, if a man is telling you he don't want your baby, he's telling you get an abortion, maybe you should just do it. Unless you are mentally prepared to take care of your baby 100% by yourself. You just can't be on that man's back later on. I mean, you can, and hopefully the course is on your side and things go your way. But if it don't, you got to be prepared for that.
It is listen, and as a woman, I'm sorry, but if I have to carry a baby for 9 whole months, I am being very particular about the situations that are taking place down there.
Yeah.
If you are a woman, because men, they, like I said before, a man could plant a seed here, there, and everywhere and walk away scotch-free. Women, we got to be more careful.
Yeah.
Now, don't quote me on this, because who am I? I don't got no PhD in no sexology or whatever. But what I do know is that if a man ejaculates in you, you can get pregnant.
Yeah.
And he ain't going to carry that baby with you because he can't. So be more responsible.
Yeah.
About who you letting. First of all, just, Be more
mindful,
responsible.
Think about who it is, what could happen.
Matter of fact, if you could wait. If you can hold out.
And just be prepared for whatever that comes with it. Like,
okay.
And listen, a plan B is always cheaper than an abortion.
Mentally. Oh, girl. Okay. Because the mental trauma after an abortion, I can only imagine. Granted, God still forgives. He still loves. And he still cares for us the same way. But you don't want to put your body through that.
Yeah.
So it's better to take the steps before
it even gets there, for real.
Yeah. Don't lay down with him because he said some nice words. Like, no, sex is more than just sex, and I want the girls and the boys to understand this. Okay.
He don't even sound like he nice.
Like,
he doesn't even sound nice. Like how y'all. I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Shut up, girl. Pow. Now, baby, no.
Yeah, now here you are running him down.
Okay. Child. All right. So on the notes of 20s gone wild.
To the next case. We have homegirl. What was it? Like a 20-year-old girl.
19.
She
even hit her 20s, but she's
a college student, right? And do you remember where she was working? At a jewelry store, right?
At a jewelry store.
So Ariel Foster charged with larceny over $1,200 after she allegedly stole over, who wrote this? Homegirl stole over $500,000 from the jewelry store where she worked. She refunded She refunded the money to a credit card, her own credit card, and she spent $35,000 on a Tesla. Woo. Almost $6,000 at Delta Airlines.
Okay.
Over $20,000 at a 5-star hotel.
Alrighty.
In Hawaii, and almost $5,000 in Louis Vuitton purchases.
Ooh. The
student and track star at LaSalle University, LaSalle, whatever, is free on bail and will appear in court today for arraignment. See, Shorty's not even 20. She's 19. She's 19. Starting off bad.
She's starting off
bad.
How you feel about that? Go ahead.
Honestly, I don't even think this is far-fetched for a person her age.
All right.
19 years old, working in a jewelry store.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Even get that job?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Maybe it was like a family friend. That seems pretty young. But then again, does it say what kind of jewelry store? Because what if it's like Zales or...
Yeah, like what jewelry store?
That's a regular retail job. Yeah. I'm sure anyone could kind of...
get that job.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like as someone who is a thief, this is right down my alley. I just was stealing.
I forgot you was stealing.
I was stealing. You were stealing too. Don't front.
I wasn't stealing. I was changing price tags.
Okay. Still a thief.
I was paying.
Still a thief.
I was paying for something.
You was paying for something, but you wasn't paying for everything.
We were for something. Listen, I paid for something.
You were a thief, Makeda.
You was stuffing your bag.
Okay.
There's levels to thievery.
I was stuffing my bag. You were changing prices. You are still a thief.
You know what it is? And I see what people are saying. When people do wrong, they always want people to lay down with them.
Okay.
And this is what you are doing right now.
No.
Because you was a thief, you want me to be a thief with you so bad.
No. But I'm asking you a question.
What are you asking me?
I'm asking you. You changed the price from something that was $10 to $5. You bought something for $5, but you stole $5 as well because you didn't
discount.
It's qualified by who?
It is a discount.
It's a discount from you because you are a thief.
Sale.
Who made the sale? You.
It don't matter.
You are a thief.
It don't matter.
You maybe on a less version. If I was a 9, you're an 8. Still a thief.
What?
You would have went to jail too.
You're a 10. You was literally stuffing your bag with products, going in. I'm not gonna say the name of the place.
Huh?
She a 2 and you a 10.
Okay.
Right. Don't violate me, producer. He said she's a 2 and I'm a 10. She changing prices?
That's not stealing.
Okay, but it is stealing. Can we agree? Can we agree?
It's a form of stealing, kind of.
Oh,
Nah, that is not the same thing.
They be lying.
Whatever. We was whatever.
You are
sure. We was all thieves. Charlene want a partner in crime so bad. You had your partners in crime back in school.
I did, but I just want to let you know that you are. If loss prevention pulled up on you switching prices and they actually walked you through the door and stopped you and was watching you switch prices, you would have got the same dealings as me.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know what it is from somebody who worked in Macy's and had loss prevention following ninjas around.
They needed to be following you with your thief history.
I wasn't thieving in Macy's. I should have though.
You should've.
I'm saved. Sorry, Macy's.
Why are you saying sorry?
Because I don't want them to feel like I stole from them at the time.
Okay. You think that apology
It means something.
cleared you?
Yeah, I was feeling
You
like
good because you stopped.
yeah, I'm good because I got caught.
Who knows
now
what
I
your
got
little
caught.
tab would have been.
So me and this homegirl, she wilding though, cause I was stealing panties, sweatpants, makeup, little stuff that I needed. Essentials. I was down bad. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, but now I should have been. What I used to say is that I should have been stealing like I would have. If I'm gonna go down, I'd rather go down for something big. That's what I was saying back in the day. Yeah, I was about to say Gucci. I'm not saying that I was trying to steal from Gucci, but I was saying that if I was to go down, I'd go down for something huge.
Okay.
So she went down and she went down big and she went down swinging. That's what's up. Elon Musk won. She bought a Tesla.
Did you know they snatching that car back?
That's good.
She probably got to ride in it for a week.
But she's dumb in the same breath because, girl, how do you think you were going to get away with $500,000 worth of purchases? My issue with her...
And she refunded the money to her own credit card. That's the silly part.
Yeah, and that's part of being in your 20s. Because, girl...
Your own card.
And you know my problem with these thieves and scammers and stuff? Because, listen, I could say it and I could judge y'all because I was one of y'all. My problem is that y'all be fronting like y'all got it. That's my issue with scammers. Scammers were the brokest ones walking around in my high school. You had $1?
Listen.
Like, bro, you're a scammer. What happened? Your pieces ain't hitting?
Drag us.
Drag me. I don't care.
The scammers, they not gonna like
never
this
be having money.
too
Listen,
much.
and don't come from my account.
Yeah, they do be broke though.
They do be broke. They do be broke.
Don't come from my account.
Okay.
Because they be hackers and they be all types of stuff on the low.
Okay.
But they do be broke.
They do be real bad.
Y'all
They
be
down
up
bad.
$50K and then be needing $20 a couple weeks later. Like, what are y'all doing with the money?
What are y'all doing with the money?
They be splurging.
Okay. And not helping the community.
In the
At
moment.
least put it back in the community.
You expect them people to help the community? They scamming the community.
All right. And give it some back.
They effing up people's cards, all types of stuff. They do not care about no community.
They do not care. For real. So
no shame.
I bet you she was fronting on her friends like, yeah, I'm up now. Y'all think y'all better than me. City girls up one.
They laughing at her right now.
Right now. Girl, you
I
going
hope
to
she
the
was
bookings.
treating her friends.
I hope so too. But that scammer was short lived. So point is, y'all don't steal, and definitely don't refund money back to your credit card. Are you crazy?
And if you steal, just steal smart.
No, don't steal at all.
Listen, it's hard out here.
We can't. Look, it is hard, and capitalism do be capitalism in.
You remember when everybody was looting in the pandemic?
Mm-hmm. Did you loot? Did you merch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But looting? What? That's risque.
Oh yeah, that's risky. I was not
running up in the store like, yo.
You saw them for yourself?
I wasn't there.
Okay.
I just heard stories.
You heard stories.
And, you see people on social media and stuff.
They was running. They love a night tech.
And like I knew people who was like, oh yeah, my friends is going looting tonight. Like what?
What circle you be in?
What's not me? I knew people who knew people.
Let me tell you the problem that I really have with scammers, and then we gonna move on to our main topic. If you steal a perfume at Macy's or Bloomingdale's or wherever for $100, the perfume retails for, you come back to me and sell it to me for 95, bro, get out of here.
Nah,
I don't want to talk to you. You're
that's
bugging.
a bad deal. Who
But that's what I'm saying. How you stealing products and not giving me a discounted price? That's why I don't rock with y'all. Y'all don't got no morale.
But man, I be seeing it for like good prices.
Who you gotta connect? You gotta connect.
I ain't gonna say his name.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about though. And
I
feel like his
911. Listen, I don't know who she's talking about, guys. I don't know. I don't know who is she talking about. I have no affiliation with this scammer.
What, girl?
Stealer.
She knows exactly who I'm talking about. And actually, the person I'm talking about, when I told her about them, she literally said, "Ask them if they got winter coats." So I don't know what you talking about. I don't know why she's over here lying, but she definitely was looking for a deal. And I believe you also asked if they be having like perfumes and stuff. So just saying.
Let's move on.
Now the girl want to move on.
Let's
after
move
she's
on.
done been aired out.
Let's move on. Yeah, but Makeda knows the scammers. I have no
And
association.
Charlene be asking to see what they got on the menu.
No.
She be wanting to know the catalog. Like, do they have this? Do they have that?
I asked one time.
I'm not going to be surprised that once she starts walking and she does like her spring wardrobe reboot, she's going to be wanting to know
Stop being shady.
what the boosters got on deck.
What the boosters got. Okay, but we can end out that segment. What do you feel about homegirl in her 20s?
I think she's doing what typical 20-year-olds do. But I think, listen, if you're gonna go that route because you young, scam smart, steal smart. I mean, don't scam or steal at all.
Yeah.
But I feel like we gotta be realistic about it. People are gonna scam and steal.
People are gonna scam and steal.
So just be
I was
smart
one of
about
them.
it. Don't use your own cards.
Don't
and
listen to Makeda, y'all.
Listen, that is sound advice. If someone would have told her not to refund money to her own credit card, she wouldn't even be in this mess probably.
Don't scam at all.
Don't scam at all. But if you are,
be smart about it.
just be a little bit smarter about it. And don't use your own credit card.
All right.
But headline, don't scam.
Don't
or
scam
steal
at all. As a former scammer.
Take it from a professional ex-scammer.
I'm gonna need you to relax. I'm gonna need you to relax, cause she coming for me mad hard, and I was just a mini scammer. I didn't go so hard. I didn't have people credit card. Listen, we gonna move on to the next topic. Speaking of,
it's the perfect segue.
It's a perfect segue because we're talking about addictions. Yes, I was addicted to stealing. Yes, I was.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about addictions. I feel like we all have addictions.
Yeah.
That are like common, and then the addictions that are in the media that everyone's like celebrating kinda because it's in the culture, and then we have those addictions that are like
not really spoken about. So that's what we'll be focusing on today.
Yes.
So let's start with an addiction that we used to have that we overcome.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh Lord. And let's put a disclaimer out. We're being very vulnerable here because
so let's be nice.
Yes, some of our parents or peers or siblings don't even know that we were struggling with these addictions. So I want this to be a safe space.
Yeah.
So people don't judge us.
If y'all start wilding, we will turn comments. I mean, we don't really care.
We don't really care. But let's be respectful. Let's be kind because we're being transparent. Be careful.
And we keeping it a buck. And y'all need to keep it a buck with yourselves too, because I'm sure some of y'all experienced
these addictions. Okay, so being that you called me a scammer, I think you should go first.
Wow.
Yeah, let's start with you. Bow.
So Charlene and we've spoken about this before, but we're having this conversation on air and maybe with you guys.
I'm hearing something for the first time from you, so
maybe
I'm excited.
So to talk about addictions,
so I'm nervous.
All right. So when I was like 5-6 years old, I stumbled upon E59.
E59, girl.
If I don't know if this was like a nationwide thing, a
Or
New
New
York
York.
City thing, but for us, if you lived in New York City and you had throwback Cablevision, the black cable box with the red numbers,
Yes, ma'am.
y'all know we had a couple of free porn channels. We had
And the-
channel 8,
E59,
E59,
82.
and 82.
Dang. We was
And it's crazy because it's like engraved,
It's engraved.
and it's like core memory at this point. But I don't know how I stumbled upon the channel.
Yeah.
Listen, truth is, I feel like a lot of us was watching TV, a lot of TV unsupervised.
Unsupervised, for real.
And if we had more supervision watching TV, we probably wouldn't even be in this mess.
Okay.
But at the time. But I used to watch a lot of unsupervised TV, and I stumbled upon E59 and people, it's the porn channel, and people was on there getting it in. So my little 5-6-year-old self, I'm like,
Ooh, body parts.
what is this?
Mhm.
It's boobs everywhere.
Okay.
Like, I ain't gonna talk explicit now, but y'all know.
Y'all know. Don't
porn.
act like you
Yeah.
don't know what was on there.
So I'm like, I'm shocked. I am curious, amused, everything all at once. So now every single bit of alone time I had where I was watching TV unsupervised, I'm going to E59.
Okay.
So I'm over here. I'm on Nickelodeon 33.
Okay.
And I'm connecting
That last button.
connecting it to the last button. So when someone was around, I'm like watching SpongeBob, I'm watching Fairly Odd Parents, and when I got me a little bit of alone time,
Last. Ooh.
now TV on mute. And I don't know, no one was aware of the TV all of a sudden being on mute, but I am literally tuned in, glued to the TV, watching porn on mute.
Okay.
And I could, like, any free time I had, I'm watching it. And I wasn't doing anything. Like, I wasn't, like, masturbating. Because I'm, like, 5-6 years old.
Yeah, so you don't even know.
But it's just amusing to me. Because it's like, you, as a child, you know when you shouldn't be seeing something.
Yes.
You just know.
It's like we all knew it was wrong and still was like, we're going to watch it.
Yeah. Because it's not like anyone ever told us, don't watch these channels. Like, my mom didn't tell me about the channel. Did anyone tell you about the channel?
Nobody told me. And my dad actually was stealing cable. Yes, I'm that old.
I didn't even know that was a thing until you told me.
Yes. So
Stealing
your
cable.
mom was stealing cable too?
Yes, I asked her, and she told me she was stealing cable for a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a thing. Like, your neighbors had cable. My father went in the backyard, did some wiring, and we got them channels. And that was like the best day of my life. Because I'm like, oh, we got Nickelodeon. We up now. We got Cartoon Network.
Disney Channel.
But what came with that was that E59. All right. Continue your story.
So I would say that I was addicted to watching porn for like years.
Okay.
Years. Like, I wanted to watch anything explicit. Azam, if you're watching this, don't harass me. All right?
Azam.
Don't harass me.
Who is Azam?
Azam's my brother, y'all. I'm putting his name out there, but he's gonna see this and he's gonna be like, "Word, Kata, nigga, you knew." Because on to him knowing. I remember one time my brother, he walked in the room, caught me watching porn.
Lord have mercy.
He was like, "Oh, I'm telling." I'm like, "You tell on me, I'm gonna tell mom you was watching it with me." He shut his ass right up.
Okay.
Shut his ass right up. And to be honest, he probably was watching it too. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Speaking of getting caught, I remember I discovered, like, because I was an internet junkie. Not to cut you off,
No,
but
you're good.
I was about 13, and I remember I was like surfing the internet. My mom was like that woman that had protective passwords on everything, like parental controls. But when my memory remembered, like, I found her book where she wrote the password. So I was on Pornhub, but I stumbled upon it. You know what I mean?
How you stumble upon
Because you know
Pornhub?
back then they had pop-ups on the side of the screen. Remember
For
on Windows,
Pornhub?
like if you're on a gaming website. and they have like these pop-ups on the side of the screen, because that's
what gaming website was you on?
But like they had girls go games, like little games. But remember, the internet wasn't like how it is now. But if you go on them janky websites, you see a pop-up or two. Yeah, so I saw a pop-up. I saw some girl like want to play, so I'm like,
you said yes.
I'm like, what's this? But long story short, that's when my addiction started, because I was like watching porn all the time. Worse off, I was like up late night. I waited till nobody. I was losing sleep. My father used to be like, Fancy, time to go to bed. I'm like, I'm doing homework. Oh, child.
I was waiting.
I was waiting.
Till they went to sleep. So you could watch your little.
I could watch my little 1, 2.
Yo.
And you know what's the bad part about it? I remember one time I had it on and I didn't know like my brother and sister were coming home so fast. So I just, you know how on the computer you just press the button and it shuts down? Mm-hmm. But it's like it just goes into sleep mode. So my brother was like, I'm going to use the computer now. So what came up was like the porn, and he was like, what? And I'm like, no, somebody sent me.
Somebody sent you what?
Like, somebody sent this to me.
What?
In the middle of them, like, getting it in. He's like, what is happening? I'm like, no, somebody sent this to me. I'm not this person. I swear to God. That porn had me in a chokehold, and it took me a long time to shake it, because even now I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, like all the addictions that I had via like weed or like lust or, you know, drinking, those desires still come up every now and again, because I feel like that's just a weak spot sometimes. You know, like I don't want to ever tell myself like, oh, I'm too good to be tricked, not be tricked.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm just one step away from getting back into the rabbit hole again, which is why I'm very intentional about where I spend my time. So don't invite me out. I'm not going out with you for drinks. I don't care. Like, this is not the intention for the meetup or whatever. So especially with porn, like, I feel like that thing had me in a chokehold for a long time. And worse off, that's like where I learned about sex. So it's like, I need to go and see what's happening here. But it also, I want to take into account that it warped my view of what sex was too. Because now you think it's going to be like, blah, 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 blah. When it's like, it's not supposed to be like that all the time. So now you feel like, oh, every time you're you're doing something, it's supposed to be this raunchy. Yeah. You know, and also it creates body dysmorphia. I feel like you seeing these women with these boobs up to their neck. You know, these men with these extra things happening. It's like, this is not real life. Let's be for real. And the fantasies that it creates in your mind is just ridiculous. That's a porn addiction that I had a porn addiction. Hi, my name is Charlene, and I had a porn addiction.
I used to be a porn addict. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like a shared addiction we both had.
And that's why sexual education is important. I don't think, you see how you started at 5. I glanced porn at 5. I was the same 5, 6, 7 glancing. But the addiction really started for me later on at 13. But sexual education is important from your parents. So if I just had somebody to sit me down and say, porn is not good for you, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lifelong addiction. Sometimes it really messes up your brain.
Yeah. And I don't want to say it's not good for you, like, to each their own. But I think once it becomes an addiction, because I mean, we know people watch porn for different reasons. Like, some people feel like they need that to get in the mood, or they learn things. But I feel like, you know, do that as an adult. But then, but it's just, I don't know, like, it's a slippery slope.
About porn
that becomes addictive.
It's just addictive because it's a fake. Let's call a spade a spade. It's like a dopamine hit. Because after you watch it, you get this little high. And you realize you can't stop.
Yeah, it's hard to shake. It is hard to shake.
It's hard to shake. So that means anything hard to shake, that's an addiction.
What do you think it is though? Like, what do you think it is about?
Of the high of like the thrill. They're having fun.
But why do you think it's so addictive for people to watch?
I personally feel like, from a Christian perspective, honestly, I feel like we know that there's things in this life that God made that was good. Sex was one of them. So sometimes we get this, warped view of what sex actually is.
Okay.
So we start creating lines and stuff that wasn't really supposed to be there in the first place. Because when you have a good partner and you guys are intertwined and there's great things happening there, it's enjoyable. But you never get that porn feeling from like, you get what I'm saying? From like,
You might.
I just, you might.
Not, maybe not like on a day-to-day basis.
On a day-to-day basis is
It's
what
not
I'm
gonna
saying.
be
Like
like that
the
all the time.
consistency
Yeah.
is not there. So I just feel like the expectations for one is just not real. It's a production. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Should people just not watch porn at all? I mean, for me, I don't watch porn at all no more because I know how
It will affect
it
you.
took how it took me a lot to just stop. I did go cold turkey. I'm like, yo, I ain't watching no more porn because I can't just be standing around sneaking watching porn. Like I went cold turkey at like 14. But
It could creep back up on you.
it could
anytime.
creep back up. But the way I manage, damn, like it really is an addiction.
It's
I'm
an
like-
addiction because look at where it took you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it might be popular. It's popular. Everybody's talking about porn, whether you should watch it or not. But it is an addiction.
Yeah.
It is an addiction.
Now that we have dissected a popular addiction that we
Yes.
both had, let's talk a little bit about like maybe an unpopular opinion or maybe addiction or like an addiction, something that we think is an addiction that other people might not consider to be an addiction.
Okay.
I think so. Another one that I have is shopping, and specifically, we know that shopping can be an addiction for some people, but I think for me, like the unspoken part of shopping is like I feel like the treat yourself culture
Okay.
has gotten people like it's got people in a chokehold. Me especially.
Okay.
And I know I don't have it as bad as some people have it, but I think the whole, especially lately, like this time period of like self-care and soft life,
Yes.
and all of this, I feel like it really like we invest in that and we indulge in that whole treat myself, soft life, self-care,
Yes,
taking
ma'am.
care of myself, me time, but it always ends up being people participating in like shopping culture. Like
yes.
when we think of self-care, I feel like it's always, I'm gonna go book a nail appointment,
a spa,
mani-pedi spa, lunch date, hair appointment, had a long work week, so I should buy myself some shoes
or some lunch,
but it's like every work week gonna be long.
Yeah.
So we
what
shopping
are we
every week?
doing? Yeah.
Or like I dealt with some stuff I didn't want to deal with this week. I'm treating myself every weekend.
Every week.
And I remember not too long ago, even in the new year, even though I know I had my New Year's goals,
But you confessing, girl.
I had me a little self-care day, and it was expensive.
Okay, break it down.
It was expensive. I did a laser session. Calm 150.
Okay.
Then I went and did I went into the massage spot, got a massage. Calm $60. Cool. Took myself out to eat. There you go. $80 right there. And then at the end of the day,
How do you feel?
I felt like, oh, this was cool. I enjoyed myself today. But I'm like, yo, I low-key spent a lot of money
Okay.
that day. Then a couple days before that, I had went and got a lash appointment. So I'm like, between all of my self-care and treating myself this week, I've spent like hundreds of dollars.
Okay.
And it's like, sure, I'm not like, broke and struggling.
No.
But that's that's money I could have like saved or money I could have done something more productive with. And I know,
Okay.
yes, treat yourself sometimes from time to time, but it's like, where do we draw the line between treating
Exactly.
yourself and now you have a spending problem. You have a shopping problem. You are addicted to expensive self-care. Like, I feel like the only non-shopping self-care form that we really talk about is like journal.
Yeah, journaling.
Exercise.
It's kind of to cover up what's really happening. And as you were speaking, I could only think about equating this to like the same thing as porn in a sense, because it's like a dopamine hit. Because after you come down from that, it's like, okay, what's next? It's always like, what's next? So I personally love your vulnerability, because it's not easy for you to admit that you out here having a shopping addiction or like a self-care splurge addiction. And a lot of people in their 20s fall into that trap of constantly trying to keep up. Create content too, because creating content like, oh, I'm gonna show the world. Because me personally, I've been to a spa like one time, or gotten a massage, let me be clear, and I'm fine. I think self-care for me is more like inner work, and that should be the first definition.
Absolutely.
You know, so from the outside looking in, I feel like sometimes we're avoiding some problems, and to help ourselves not think about those problems, we start indulging in things that we really don't need. So maybe it's like, I'm gonna treat myself today, but I have something that I'm not working on.
That you could be.
Yeah, you could be working on. So
and it's like after the spa day, it's like physically you feel good, you feel relaxed, but it's like
your body gonna tense up next week. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's like, now what? Are we in this never ending? And I mean, look, if you got the money to have a spa weekend every weekend, get your massage every weekend, cool. I ain't got it like that.
Okay.
Like I can do it like sometimes, but realistically, like I gotta be planning for the future. I gotta be saving. I gotta be budgeting and all of these things. Surviving your 20s. Support the pod. And you know what it is too? It's like I grew up watching shows like Sex in the City.
Okay.
And it's like you feel like, all right, I got a job, I should be living my young Sex in the City life. But those were 30-something-year-old women.
Okay.
Mid-30s. So it's like, I can't live the Carrie Bradshaw lifestyle right now at 26. Like,
I never saw any of them episodes, but I can only imagine what you're talking about, because I'm sure it was fed to me in another show.
Yeah.
Like, and people in their 20s, we try to act like we have it. I think that's the biggest problem we're having here.
Yeah.
We go on Instagram, we go on Facebook, we see people with probably generational wealth. And they're on here talking about, today I woke up at 5 a.m. and I, like, girl, you don't work. Why?
Or you're a full-time
student or whatever,
social media content creator. Like, this is what you do for a living.
Right.
Now you got me thinking, oh, I gotta go check this place out, I gotta go here. And like, yes, sure, but maybe I can't do this every single week, you know? Maybe I gotta pick and choose when I'm gonna do this, when I'm gonna enjoy this, when I'm gonna indulge in that. These people, they do this for a living. And it reminds me of like the one time I went to the spa like 2 months ago. The amount of people who were there vlogging,
not even enjoying the moment.
Like, it's just like, damn. And that's cool. Like, if you are an influencer,
get it how you get it, right?
To be an influencer, cool. But it just, as I was watching them, I'm like, yo, everyone really. And it's like, if you do this for a living, okay. I don't. Like, I'm here on an off day,
trying to relax.
myself, trying to relax. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I learned that, like, the self-care, I need to pick and choose when I'm gonna do certain things. And I also gotta expand it. Like, self-care don't always gotta be me treating myself and spending money.
It could be you staying in the house, cooking yourself a good meal, and just worrying about what you got going on for your future. So even if that means filling out some documents, filling out something that will take you to the next level. Okay, I feel like with what you said about like not watching influencers and stuff, like, we have to budget our money. It's so true. You can't do the Lori Harvey Pilates that everybody's trying. Like, no, girl. And people want to act like they have it all the time. I'm 26 and I'm telling you, sometimes I just don't got it. I'm being 100% with y'all. Ninjas ain't gonna tell y'all that they don't really have it, but I'm telling you, I don't be having it.
Yeah, it be like that.
Sometimes you just ain't gonna have it, and it just is what it is. But one thing about me, I'm honest with myself, and I'm honest about where I am and where I want to be. And when I get there, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I built a strong foundation in my 20s, and I didn't waste it doing stuff that everybody wanted me to do. So on that note, an addiction for me, or like something that's not so common, is starting things and not finishing them. I think there's a certain high that you get, like, I'm gonna start a business. Like, if you didn't notice, in 2020 everybody was an entrepreneur. Everybody
Yeah.
had a business that they wanted to start, and then eventually people slid their resume under the door of Target and was like, hire me because I'm not equipped. Yeah, things done dried up. That stimmy went
But
away.
you know what it was? Them checks was giving people like the little foundation to start up the things that they
Which
wanted
was
to
good.
do. Yeah, so people was like, okay, I can invest a couple $100 and
Yes.
try to start my own little business
Yeah.
and try to do this.
I
try
know
to
I
do
did.
that. And yeah, then like you said, the money dried up, and it's like, dang, I did not
Money
perfect this
definitely did
craft.
dried up.
I
They
don't
did
have
not.
clientele. I don't have an audience. I don't have
Nope.
nothing.
Nada.
Back to work.
And back to work. And so I think there's a certain high that we get. I personally have this thing of starting stuff and not seeing it to completion. So this year I'm definitely going to work on like seeing things through.
Okay.
And sometimes I feel like it was the imposter syndrome, not that I wasn't capable, because I do have the skills. Okay, videographer, editor, boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. But sometimes the imposter syndrome held me back, and I also feel like that's something in my family tree and in my DNA. Like they just don't see things through. So
I think for you though, you are a creative. So I think naturally as a creative person, you are gonna have ideas, and
it's gonna fall through sometimes.
and some of them are gonna fall through, because like all of them, if you was doing everything that you thought about doing, when would you sleep ever?
That's true.
Like, so I think as a creative person, you're gonna have like a bunch of ideas, and it's kind of like throwing darts. It's like, I started this, I started that, but like these 2 or 3 things stuck.
Okay.
So I wouldn't feel too bad about it if I were you.
Yes, I love what you said about that. It gave me a new perspective, because I didn't think about it like that. But in the case of somebody that's always starting something new, like, I have this new business idea, but it's like, I kind of find something that you're really good at and try to stick to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have another unpopular addiction?
I think while we're on the theme of surviving your 20s,
Yes.
I think one could be drama,
Woo.
chaos,
Yes.
conflict.
All right.
I think some people kind of get like a little rise and a kick out of that. It even makes me think of people in relationships who, like, they act like they don't like beefing, but they like the high of going at it, and then like, you know, making up that sweet spot. And but some people in general, relationship, friendships, family members, they live for drama.
They live it, and it's an addiction. Like, people be like, this is just how I am. Honey, no, you got a problem.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even their fault. Sometimes you are raised in chaos and you don't know nothing else. Like,
that's very true.
You are surrounded by dysfunction, so peace probably feels uncomfortable for them.
It is not something that is your portion. You do not like peace. If things get a little too nice for you, you start creating scenarios, and I think she looked at me funny. Like, girl, no, she has something in her eye. But no, here you are, addicted to the thrill of being in drama.
Yeah.
And I know a couple of people like that. I wouldn't put them on blast, but
yeah, I think we all do. We
like,
know somebody who stay in drama, stay
like,
in
let
issues.
me tell you, girl. Like, girl, can you just not tell me this week?
Like, it's the same story.
It's the same story, just
different
a different
day,
person.
different person. Sometimes the same person.
Like, please, I get it though. In your 20s, it's like we live off the he said, she said, and moving into our 30s now, which is scary to say, but I feel like I'm done with that stuff. I don't care about what he, him, she, they. I don't care what they said. I don't care. I'm done.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a 20s thing, like, especially early 20s. Like, oh, she told me that. Let me tell you what she said. Da, da, da. At this point, I don't care.
Word.
I could care less. But I definitely know that family members sometimes create an environment for chaos and drama. And then you have to fight through that.
Yeah.
Because that was low key me. Like, I loved.
I feel like a lot
He
of us
said, she said.
had a little dysfunction at home.
Okay.
So.
And that's why we are the way we are.
Yeah.
Like,
you go into school with that energy.
yes. And you
a
think
little
people
combative.
against you.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, another addiction I feel like people have, and then I feel like this will be the last one. Do you think clubbing is like a popular one?
I think it actually.
What
Quick
about
thought.
you?
I think so.
You think so? It's
the
popular?
The first thing I thought. I mean, not for everyone, but I think for some of the people who are like into nightlife, I think it can be addictive.
Okay.
It just instantly made me think of during the pandemic when people was like in the clubs still.
They
not really
stop,
New York.
even though Corona. Yo, that's crazy. That's true. Coronavirus was happening. I remember the cops had to shut people down.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't stop. They
just
love a
could not.
gathering.
Mm-hmm.
So that shows you that anything you can't stop for real is an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I agree with you. I didn't even think about that because people was like, yo, we popping out tonight with a party at. People was getting COVID and bringing it home to their grandmother.
To their grandmas and their little
Poor
siblings.
daddy was sitting down like, oh, God, me, I got that.
Yeah. like, chill.
No.
Wait, the club will open back up.
Yeah.
Like,
but it definitely is an addiction.
Yeah.
They get the outfits. It's kind of like a whole cycle of like, you got to get the outfit, you got to get your hair done, you got to, like, no.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I learned from you, though, you might not think it was a big deal, but when you told me that, I was like, oh, it's somebody's birthday dinner, and I was like, I would have to get my nails done, and he was like, respectfully, I'm not getting my nails done for somebody's birthday dinner. I was like, yo, I just needed somebody to say that.
Okay.
Because it's like, this is your birthday. I'm
not
wearing
knowing.
something that I have in my house, and I'm going to show up. I feel like for me, every event, it was like, get a new outfit. Even for
New
church, get a
hairstyle.
new outfit. It's like,
I seen your old church pictures.
you saw me? I was up in Rainbow
fit.
every week, every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. I'm in Rainbow. Like, what am I wearing to church today? Now it's just like, people, we are in a cycle of like doing things that we don't even really want to do.
Yeah.
So now I'm not doing my nails for nobody's birthday or nobody's, because it's an addiction. Like, no, I'm not going out. I don't want to do anything that will make me feel uncomfortable. And so bringing it back and kind of wrapping it up, I feel like in your 20s, you have to have a firm foundation. I don't know about you, but my foundation is in the Lord Jesus Christ, my personal Lord and Savior.
Yes, friend.
Hallelujah. I love him.
Wop, wop,
he ain't
wop.
never failed me yet. He ain't never failed me yet. Hallelujah. Come on, get a clap for Jesus. Woo! I don't know what your foundation is in, but I'm gonna always bring it back to the Lord. I'm sorry. I'm actually not sorry.
Don't be sorry.
God
Yes.
has been very good to me. Everything I have is because of him.
Yes.
And my approach might not be how people expect it to be, as in, thus saith the Lord, and God, glory be to God, and he's so good and he loves us. And no, it might not be like that, but
And it don't have to be.
it's just the way he made me. And that's where my foundation is. And I encourage you to find something to keep you grounded, child.
Yeah.
Because in this world, there's going to be many distractions. There's going to be things that's pulling you different kind of ways. And you just got to figure out what you're going to do with your life. Because life is short. 110 years if you're lucky.
110 if you're lucky.
Yeah. Who want to live to 110? I don't know.
No, I wasn't even gonna say that. No, I was gonna say I don't know anyone.
Change
who's
my
lived-
diapers back, Catherine.
Nah, who lives to? I don't know anyone who's lived to 100 years old. You know anybody?
I don't know anybody who lived to 100 years old, but I'm saying like the max they're giving us now.
Oh, now I feel like the average is like very, very low.
It is low, but the most that somebody could possibly live to is like 110, 12 even, I guess.
And you
there.
not if you stay in the clubs.
All right.
And you keep on feeding them addictions. Let me stop. I'm not shading nobody.
Yeah.
Who?
Because it might work for Paul, but what I learned, a life lesson that you could, if you take up what I'm putting down. A life lesson that I learned is somebody could be doing something and it looked like it's working for them. Mm-hmm. You go ahead and do the same thing and your whole life could come crashing down. In shambles. So my advice to y'all would be find a firm foundation. Find something that will keep you grounded. Write down your values, your goals, your dreams, your visions. is my behavior lining up with the person that I am right now, or even better, the person that you want to be?
That's right.
Okay. What about you, friend? What take or toss? Because you don't have to take my advice.
Yeah.
Our advice.
We call this take and toss. So take what you need, toss what you don't. If it don't apply, let it fly. So I think for my little bit of advice would be to reflect on your day-to-day choices and your habits.
I love that.
Because sometimes the thing that you think is like just part of your routine could really be the addiction that's eating you up.
That's good. Can you say that again?
So just think about your habits and choices and try to like weed it out, because your regular things might be the addiction and it could be a downfall.
Okay.
So honestly,
scrolling on Pornhub trying to find the right video it's crazy. That could take hours when you could have been doing something else.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And honestly, and I'm not even saying this for the pod, y'all, like I didn't even put the pieces together of like my shopping self-care thing being a potential addiction until we literally sat down to plan. Because I'm just like I've always said like, oh yeah, I have a little shopping problem, and it's always been a joke, but it's like
now it's convicting you a little bit
serious. Like I might have a problem.
Okay.
And don't worry about me, y'all. Like I'm not like
don't worry about her.
I'm not like rolling in.
Let's pray.
Nah, it's not that bad, y'all. It's not. But I do realize that that's something
you gotta work
that
on.
it could potentially, if I leave it unchecked, it could be a problem.
Okay.
So I think you really gotta evaluate like your everyday behaviors and choices, because you might just be like, oh, this is what I do on the weekdays. No, that might be an addiction.
It might be an addiction.
It might be an addiction.
And when you have your addiction, it's like it feeds off of people. So just because you in a group of people doing the same thing don't mean it's right.
Yeah.
So you have to really evaluate who's around you as well.
That's true.
So
watch the company you keep.
Right. Because now if I'm a shopping addict, which I'm not trying to shade you, but
no
but
shade.
it would keep you. It
balances us. Because sometimes it really takes Charlene to ask me like, did you take an Uber today?
Yeah.
And I'm just be like, nah. And you
gotta explain yourself.
Take an Uber. Yes,
right.
I be trying to give her a whole spiel. Well, like, yeah, I took an Uber, but that's because it's giving addiction. Like people with addictions always got like an explanation or a reason for something.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I took an Uber, but yeah, I bought this, and like Charlene, she'll let me go for a little bit, and other times she'll be like, you better hop on that train, girl.
Get the train and
you better make some lunch today.
And for you, I don't think you understand this, but even the podcast of being consistent speaks to your character, because I start things and my imposter syndrome takes over and I don't finish. So you are a person that sees things to completion.
Not all the time.
But you do, though. Like the basis of your character is I'm going to school, I'm finishing.
Okay.
I might not be an A student, which a lot of us aren't, but I'm finishing. So you see things through. So I feel like it's a balance here. So you say, when are we recording? And I'm like, I be scared, like maybe she's doing something else, but you showing up making a sacrifice is what's keeping the pod going on the low. So I'm just saying, like, don't overlook that.
Both of us.
You say that, but I know that I tried to do this many of times. And I didn't find the motivation to continue. So I don't want you to think that you're not an important piece here, because you are.
Okay.
All right. And take that compliment and receive it. Okay. Now, I want you guys to tell us, what are some of your addictions? Don't be afraid. Let us know.
This is a safe space.
We
got a little vulnerable today.
Okay, please.
We was digging into our childhood addictions and behaviors.
Go clear your history right now. You've been watching something that you wasn't supposed to watch.
Go cold turkey if you have to.
If you're watching and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, because and let me be honest, sometimes you want to stop, and you might have to take your addiction from 5 to 1.
Yeah.
And it might not be cold turkey. Because for me, smoking weed, I had to do like, half a blunt today. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to smoke half a blunt.
Okay.
So I don't smoke no more. But that weed do be smelling good. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say don't. It do be smelling good. Sometimes I smell like That reef, I be like, whoo.
I don't like that smell.
You don't like it, but that weed took me to places that I could have never imagined being. But I thank God for the blood of Jesus now.
Absolutely. I was about to tell you business real quick, but I remember one time I was texting Charlene like months ago, and she was telling me like sometimes she wake up and she be thinking like I need a blunt, but
okay, I do,
but she don't. So it goes back to what she was saying about like it can easily creep back up, because you could have just been like, yo, I'm about to smoke this one time today.
Yeah, one time, and hide it from Carrie.
Yeah.
Okay. But Carrie not a weed person, so it wouldn't have worked. He would have smelled on my breath or whatever.
What's
But
going on?
I'm just saying the desire is still there.
The
so
desire's
be careful.
there, yeah.
Let us know what your addictions are, and keep it cute in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Don't go in on us.
Safe space, be kind,
Make sure you guys
and be real. Like we've all had a little addiction somewhere down the line.
Hello.
We currently have one. Be real with yourself.
Be real with yourself. Okay, be so for real. So make sure you guys like,
follow,
comment
your addictions that you
Share.
either had before or that you're currently working on. Share our video with someone that you care about or someone who might enjoy. And
yes,
support the
podcast. Back hands, clap hands together for the people who are just listening. We clasping our hands and we're shaking. Support. Okay. Yeah, and we'll see you guys in our next video. We love you. Bye.